Thank you very much for that intro, Gary and Chris. You nailed it with the tunes. Proud of you, mate. Yeah, listen, my name is Matthew McGeady, also known as Geady on social media. I'm a content creator, social media content creator, and social media agency owner as well. So it's kind of a wee bit of split in terms of what I do. So as Gary said, I've been pushing out content on TikTok for about 2 years now. Amazing opportunities came from it. Like over here, I've been able to work with some of the biggest brands, businesses in Northern Ireland, been able to meet amazing people and have amazing experiences as well. So there's definitely, social media is a very powerful thing. There's a lot of amazing things that can come from it, but there is a big drawback as well. I think in Northern Ireland, it's a strange one. I mean, I think a lot of people don't like to see people really put themselves out there and kind of stick their chest out and say, this is who I am, this is what I'm about, and I'll put myself out there for it. I think a lot of people will see people who do that and see that as like, I want to drag you down. You know, troll comments is something that I've had to deal with from the very start when I've started. A lot of people would probably get really bummed up about that, about the opinions of others, and say, oh, I'm getting so much hate online, how do I deal with it? So I'm here to share my 2 cents on that today. I think the main thing for me, I've always been quite a self-aware person and self-assured in terms of what I'm trying to do, and I wouldn't let the opinions of others get me down. Do you know what I mean? I think I've been on a lot of podcasts and they'll talk to me like, oh, what about the trolls? What about the trolls? And fair enough, they do exist, they are there, but there's nothing I'm going to do in my power to change them people. That's a fixed mindset that they have. I like to surround myself with positive people and actually flip the switch in conversation and say, okay, fair enough, I can post out a video. I've been posting on TikTok for about 2.5 years now. I'll average over about 1 million views a month. Of course there's going to be people who view my content and view what I do and think, oh, you're this, you're that, and like made premature assumptions on like what type of character you are. But I think it's about me being level-headed and always saying, right, this is what I'm trying to achieve. You know, I'm focused on the long term. Getting bummed up about comments and trolls and stuff like that. Yes, they are there. Yes, they do exist. But I always try to flip the conversation and say, you know, for people commenting, and to be honest as well, in Northern Ireland as well, I think we have a tendency to beep a lot of things as well. A lot of trolls or whoever they are on the other end of the device, it could just be a bit of banter as well. So I've never really emotionally got too bummed up about it. But for a lot of people, that definitely could hold them back from doing what they want to do, putting themselves out there, etc. But yeah, as I said, on any podcast I've ever been on, I've always liked to switch the conversation and say, you know, every single week I get messages from 18-year-olds, people younger than me, people same age as me, sometimes older than me as well, saying it's actually inspiring what you've been able to do. I think in Northern Ireland, social media, it's definitely a very new thing. It's definitely a very new concept that people have been introduced to. And, you know, I'm 24, I'm still young. I've been able to make a career in social media. I've been able to employ people from doing social media. A lot of people will see that and see it as that's what I pretty much like keep my head focused on and say, you know what, I'm actually doing good. I'm not just doing good for myself. I've got a business where I'm able to bring lifelong friends into and say, you know, you don't have to work your 9 to 5 anymore. You know, we can build something special here together. And that's where I'm focused on, you know. So when it comes to the online trolls, again, as I said, yes, they are there. I'm not going to try to bring myself down to them and try to, you know, get involved in comments and TikTok on a TikTok video. I focus on the good people around me. I focus on my mission. I know what I'm here to do. So I think that in itself has definitely been how I've showed mental resilience. And I think that, yeah, it's stuff that any podcast or anything I've ever been on, people have always said, oh, like what about the trolls? And as I said, I've always tried to flip the conversation. They do exist, and there will always be naysayers no matter what you're trying to achieve in life. If you're trying to start your business, you're going to get objections, you're going to have to deal with objection handling. You know, there's always going to be people who potentially don't agree with what direction you want to go down, and it's how you channel that essentially, and you know, you focus on your mission, focus on what I'm trying to achieve. So yeah, I think online trolls can translate into real life as well. You know, I'm fairly well known in Belfast, to be fair. I live in the city centre, I'm 24, I'm out a good bit of time as well. You know, you will get it in real life. The level of attention can be sometimes it can be a wee bit overwhelming, but again, a lot of the experiences I get when people come up to me, you know, or messages or real life, a lot of what people will say is back again, a lot of positive things as well. It's inspirational to see how someone at a young age can start their business, do social media, put themselves out there, and ultimately have a platform. I think as well, with business as well, I mean, have we done a lot of business owners in the room at the minute? Or anyone who's maybe tried to start a business before? You know, starting a business is not easy by any stretch of the means as well. You know, dealing with clients, learning how to handle that relationship, then fulfilling a service as well. It's a lot of pressure. I'll tell you a story actually. So I started the agency around probably about 2 years ago now. At the start, I was completely freelance and everything, shooting content for clients, posting it on their social media, whilst building my own profile as well. And there was a moment where I kind of sat back and says, you know, if I'm actually going to achieve something good out of this, I need other people in the business to actually help me out. So around this time last year, things were going really well. My social media was taking off. Agency, there was a lot of interest from clients and stuff like that. And then full-time employed 2 people, so I took on that financial side as well as I moved into an apartment in the city centre as well. So within the space of about 3 weeks, a couple of clients, I'll be transparent, I'll be completely transparent here. A couple of clients in the agency dropped off. It was £9,500 within the space of 2 weeks, was completely wiped under my feet. And I remember sitting there, I was sitting up in the apartment, it obviously stressed me, and I could already imagine like the troll comments, people saying, oh, like, people probably would have loved to see everything crash and everything fail around me. And I remember sitting there, of course I was stressed about it, but you either take it in one or two ways. You either fall to the pressure and say, right, I give up, I'm beat, or you rise to it, you know, dust yourself down, give yourself 1 or 2 days and get back up at it again. But unfortunately, you don't have all that much time to kind of sit around, and you can't be solid about it, you can't be getting too overthinking it. You need to dust yourself down, you need to get back up. And I think in today's society, especially with the younger generation, you know, I grew up, everything's instant, social media, technology, everything's so fast. You get everything at your fingertips essentially. I think the people, younger ones these days, I think are a wee bit opposed to, if you actually want to achieve something, you actually have to work, you have to put in hard graft. Like, mental resilience isn't just something that is applied in social media or in business, it's applied in every single aspect of your life. Do you know, it's like, you know, you can wake up, you can have a plan for the day, it's raining outside, your plans are screwed. It's about how you overcome adversity, really. So, I'm losing my train of thought a wee bit here. But yeah, like, completely, it's like in business as well, you'll have so much plans of, or business or any sort of goal setting. You'll have your plan of how you think you're going to achieve your goal. There's 1,000,001 obstacles that'll be thrown in that. You know, it's how you react to that. Mental resilience, as I spoke, of just that relentlessness essentially to keep going forward. And like, I think that's definitely one thing that can be worked on. You know, you definitely can't work on. You definitely can't work on that. But I think for myself, I've always said it. I've always felt like I've just got this fire within to be successful, to really leave a bit of a mark on the world. I think someone said it earlier, you know, you do literally have one life, and it's like, for me, my story is obviously different than other speakers. It's like, with online trolls, it's like, I'm not going to let the opinion of others hold me back, naysayers hold me back from what I'm trying to achieve in this life. So I think that's definitely one thing that I resonate with, and I think it does always draw me back. You know, when pressure can be coming on, is just understanding what I'm trying to achieve, where I'm trying to go. I've got good people around me, I've got a good support network, and being persistent in what I'm trying to achieve as well. So I'm really losing my train of thought here. But no, I think that like a lot of people would ask me, as I said, back to like kind of online trolls and like online games and stuff like that. A lot of people would ask me about it, and like how to overcome it. If I did have any message for anyone, maybe in the audience, that is thinking about getting started on social media or putting themselves out there, business-wise or whatever it is, it's understanding your why. Why is it you're actually wanting to achieve what it is you're wanting to go for? And 100% do not be held back over the opinions of others, because if someone else is pointing at you saying, what are you doing, that's stupid, they don't have a clue what they're doing, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean? It's about being self-assured over yourself and saying, you can block that out, you know where your destination is and you know where you want to be, and moving towards that. Like the opinions of others, naysayers, they're always going to be there. It's about rising above that for me and being persistent in what I'm trying to achieve. And yeah, that is essentially my take on mental resilience.